Hello, everyone, and welcome to Evolve Yourself TV. Welcome. I am Agni James, and I am now gone, and now I am back. Hello. Yes, we have a lot going on here. What's going on here? We got Ignorant here. Hey, and you're actually communicating for once. Good to see you, brother. What's going on with you, man? Let's see. You say, sorry you're drunk. Usually just lurk anyway. Okay, well, I know you're a lurker. That's always been your thing, man. You just kind of hang out, but you have come through with a couple key bands at key moments, so I appreciate that, man. It's cool, dude. You've been around forever, so I appreciate you, man. And let's see, you're talking to Discernment. You're saying, and if you're drunk, that's fine. I don't care. I don't care what you do, man. Talking to Discernment, you say, hey, buddy, no trolling. Well, that's his thing, he'll troll a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. Just don't, he knows not to push the line. He's not gonna cross any lines. And Discernment, you say, so exciting. Yeah, this is exciting. This is totally exciting. We got a lot of action tonight. A lot of good things are gonna be happening tonight. All right. So, anyways, yeah. So how's everyone doing? Let's see. Today, I got to teach an awesome chess class. 16 little guys. We had, 5, 6-year-olds, not year-olders. We had 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, maybe a 7-year-old or two. I don't know. But they were the little ones, the tiny, tiny little people. And I was teaching them chess. We got to explore what a bishop is today. And I was showing them how bishops move like X's. It's important to know. Everyone should know that a bishop can move like an X. It moves on the diagonal, right? I'm a chess instructor in real life, so I teach chess. That's what I do for a living. And those of you who don't know me, I also primarily run guided meditations here on Twitch. My name is Agni James. Agni, like the king of the fire gods, empowered by Taki, whose supreme wisdom burns all delusion. Except I pronounce my name Agni, and he pronounces his name Agni. So we're actually very different people. In that sense. But I'm from Chicago, so I have a Chicago accent. I'm like Agni. I'm like Agni if he was, born and raised in Chicago. He's a fire god, right? And Discernment Bugatti, you were calling me a fire breather. You were saying I'm a dragon, right? You were saying I'm a dragon. What's up with that? Am I still a dragon? How many edibles did you eat tonight? And how are you doing, man? How's everything going with you? What's new in your world, dude? I'm always interested what's going on with Discernment. That's a good name, by the way. Discernment Bugatti. I don't know how you came up with that, man. It's much better than Chad Guy. I definitely think you've topped the Chad Guy name. But yeah, so today was good. We're gonna start out. We're gonna play some chess. It's gonna be a good day of chess. It's gonna be a good day of all sorts of activities. Real quick, let me check something out. Oh. Okay, I think we're all good here. All right, I had to look at something. Sometimes in life you have to look at something. But yeah, we're going to start out with a little bit of chess. Who else? Anyone else hanging out here? We got the usual crew. JT, if you're lurking, that's cool. I hope you're doing well. I hope all is well with you. I hope you're feeling a little less pain in your hands. It's rough, and I hope maybe you were able to crawl to get back in your skin a little bit and maybe get a dish done. If that was a helpful piece of advice, or maybe not though, maybe it just doesn't work out. But I just hope you're good. Okay, good. I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better. You had me worried. You're someone I care about, and I'm always concerned when you're going through rough spells. So that's just how it goes. But yeah, I'm glad you're doing good. JT, those of you who don't know, is my channel shaman. She regulates everything in here, all the energy, all the vibes from all the people. She regulates. She's in charge of that. I'm in charge of just being a puppet on stage, and she keeps things in good order. She keeps things in order. Earther Mama, hey, you said, hey Agni, how are you tonight? That sounds so cute, teaching 5 to 6-year-olds to learn chess. Yeah, that's my big Wednesday thing. Every Wednesday I've been working with the real little ones, the wee ones, the 5, 6-year-olds. And I'm teaching them chess. They got to learn chess is a war game, right? So, and life can be brutal, so you have to be tactically minded, right? You have to be tactically minded to deal with, all that comes at you in the phenomenal realm, right? So I've been teaching these little ones to become warriors, right? In fact, something cool, I saw a kid that I taught who was 5, when he was 5 and 6 last night. He's in one of my camps. And this kid is actually now, he's a ferocious competitor. This kid, he's pretty intense. He was throwing a lot of punches at me. I was playing chess with him the other day, and he was coming through pretty strong. So it's cool to see the kids develop, right? A bunch of my students now are playing on their high school teams and stuff, and I taught them when they were, wee little guys. Now they're ferocious competitors, and they're battling out there in the world, and they're good people too, because I instill good, positive, moral values in these kids as well, right? And then let's see. Hey, Eartha Mama. Yes. Oh yeah, I think I already said hi. What am I doing? I said hi to you. How's everything going with you tonight? Let's see. How's everything in your world, by the way? But yeah, anyways, Eartha Mama is one of my IRL friends, and so it's cool to see. It's always cool when you stop in. Yeah, we're gonna do some chess and then some meditation. That's the plan for tonight. And Christine the Bean is here. Christine the Bean and I actually had the honor and privilege of walking with Christine the Bean today. We went to a forest preserve near my home. It's called Waterfall Glen, and we did roughly 3 or 4 mile walk. And it was good. It was great just to get out there. Those of you who are not in Chicago might not know it, but we had one of the nicest days of the year today. It was beautiful. It was in the 50s. It was 50 degrees, 55 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that, close to 60 at one point. It was crazy. It's like unseasonably warm, right? So global warming, yay, woohoo! No, I'm just kidding, right? But at the same time, it was nice. It was nice that we got a nice day. The farmers are not happy, but a lot of other people are right now. Let's see. Christine, you say you had the honor of walking with me. I don't know how that works. Maybe we both had the honor of walking with each other. Maybe that's it. I think that's kind of how it goes, right? Eartha Mom, you say, hey, you're funny. It's all good. It's great to see you again. Yeah. It's great to see me again too. I'm a good guy to see, right? I gotta work on this beard. It's in a weird transition state right now. It's kind of been pissing me off. But I don't know. That's just how it goes some days, So it's just some days how life goes. Discernment Bugatti, man. You were talking up a storm, and now you're all quiet, man. Now you're all quiet. You're talk. What were you talking with ignorant? I don't know what's going on between you two. I think there was some tension between you two. You guys were communicating. You were texting a ton of stuff to each other. Now I don't know what happened, but whatever. Christine the Bean, you say mutual honor. Yeah, totally mutual honor, right? That's how it is. That's how it is in life. Just when you're friends with someone and you have the privilege of hanging out with them, there's always some mutual respect there. Those of you who don't know, Christine the Bean is a phenomenal acupuncturist. If you ever come through Chicago, DM me. I will hook you up with Christine the Bean's contact info, and you can buy some acupuncture sessions with her, and I guarantee it will be awesome. I can vouch for that. I've had many acupuncture sessions with Christine the Bean. She works on my family members. She's worked on a bunch of members of my family, and she is good. She knows her stuff. She studied in China too, actually. And don't worry, this was prior to COVID. She studied in China, so it's pretty awesome. All right, okay. Anyways, let's get down to business. Let's play some chess. I'll do a chess lesson in a minute. Oh, hey, Eartha Mama. You went to Waterfall Glen yesterday. Nice. Your dad used to take you and your sisters there. You just went down the mini trail and sat by the waterfall and drew a little drawing. It was so peaceful. That is so cool that you know about Waterfall Glen and that you go there. Yeah, I love that place. That's funny that your dad used to take you and your sisters there. That's my number one forest preserve. That's literally the place that I go to more often than any other forest preserve because it's right by my place. I live like 10 minutes from Waterfall Glen. So I go there as much as I can. It's a beautiful place. Yeah, I mean, the waterfall's great. And by the way, here's something a lot of people don't know. There's actually a second waterfall. There are 2 waterfalls at Waterfall Glen. The other one, they don't want you to know about. They don't want you to know about it, and they don't post where it's at. It's buried deep off in the woods somewhere, but there is actually a second waterfall, and it's a big mystery of where it's at. You can research on Google, and you can, I think, find the GPS coordinates, but they don't like a lot of people going there because I don't know why. It's they don't want it to be a path or something like that. But there is a second waterfall. I've never seen it, but my buddy Alan and I are going to go check it out at some point. Discernment Bugatti, you're back. Okay, I was wondering where you were, man. You're disappearing, dude. You're in and out. I never know what you're doing. You're always doing some weird stuff. I made some cannabis coffee with some strawberries. How many milligrams? How many milligrams of THC in that? That's intense. You're really into the cannabis. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Earthy Mama, you say you haven't been there in forever. Oh, okay. And it's great. It's close to me. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's so relaxing and it's huge. It's huge. I actually went to a different entrance today than I normally go to. I normally go to the one right where Cass Avenue meets Bluff Road, right where they turn into each other. Or also go to the one right off of Clarendon Hills Road. Today I went to the Lamont Road entrance, and it was awesome. It was a new experience. I hadn't been to that Lamont Road entrance in years, or maybe never. I don't remember. All right. Let's see. Earth Mommy said, "Oh, that sounds so cool to venture. Yeah, to venture out and find that other waterfall. I totally want to do that. I want to check that out." JT, you say, to Christine Bean, you wish that too. Your hands are really becoming a huge issue. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about giving them. Christine the Bean could really help your hands. JT, she really could. Like, she's so good with knowing all the points and everywhere to put it, and she's really intuitive. She'll just hold your wrists. Like, the first thing she'll do is she'll just hold your wrists, and she'll close her eyes, and she can feel the energy movement within you, and she can feel where the blockages are. So if you ever come out to Chicago, I'll definitely hook you up with her contact info. Or maybe she could recommend someone out by you. I don't know, Christine. Do you know anyone out in Stockton, California, that does acupuncture? Maybe there's someone that you could recommend. I don't know. I just remember God, you say just 2 grams, you're a hyper responder. Anything more gets scary. Like, do I turn into a dragon after more than 2 grams? Is that the way this works? All right. I think, wrong scene. That was Doom Girl. Here's my, and this is some good stuff, right? Okay, so let's go back here. Let's go over here. All right, there we go. We got that. Okay, we got this. We're going to play a little chess. 10-minute game. Let's see how it goes. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and bam. Chicago style. All right. Queen's opening. D4. Queen's pawn. All right. It's Queen's gambit. Is it accepted or declined? Okay, it is declined. They're going with this line, which is always the weird line, weird stuff. I'm supposed to take the queen. They're going uncastled. All right. Notice if you move your king early, you cannot castle. That's one of the rules in chess. So let's do normal development. We'll just do this and castle. I love castling and checking my opponent's king when I do. It's like a really cool feeling. Okay, so now they're going to lose this knight. This is a very important lesson. Everyone can see this, right? I'm going to show you something really important. This is not a good move because notice the knight's position in relation to their king and my rook. All right, so when I push this pawn, I'm attacking the knight, and the knight is not allowed to move anywhere. It can't move anywhere because it would put its own king in check. So this is a very important concept. So this is called attacking the pin piece. So now I win their knight. Just like that. I won their knight. Pretty cool, right? And now they're in a lot of trouble. I'm also going to win this pawn. Their bishop's on a good diagonal, but that's about it. I'm way up material. All right. Now I want to kind of go after this bishop. This is kind of an annoying piece. So let's see if I can harass it a little bit, because it's good to harass your opponent's pieces if you can. So I'm going to harass this bishop. There's not many good squares you can go to, right? So now it goes there. Now I take it. So that's one of their best pieces. So that was their most active piece. That's another thing. You always want to go after your opponent's most active piece if you can. And you want to take it out. All right, so I just took out my opponent's most active piece. And I'm up in material. So everything's looking good right now. So now I want to consider getting this rook developed. Maybe here in line with the king. And then what else? Maybe this push at some point. I'm also looking at this knight jump right here. They resign because they're going to lose. They're in a totally losing position. If we look at the analysis board, you can see, according to Stockfish 14, which is one of the best chess engines out there, they were down 10.9 centipawns, right? So I'm completely killing them. I'm up more than the equivalent of a queen. So that's game over. Anyways, that's how chess is played. There you go. You all got a good lesson in chess. I hope you're all going to be chess masters now and you're ready. I've been giving a lot of chess lessons for free. Normally, I charge a lot of money for chess lessons. So like my private lessons are $50. When I teach classes, they're $70 or more. Sometimes I make 80, right? So it's like, hey, these are expensive classes, right? I give free stuff out here. I give free lessons to everyone out here. All right, Eartha Mom, you say you would love for your dad to try that. He has really bad arthritis, but you think he'd be a little afraid of needles, even if they're microscopic. There's a big fear. There's a big fear of needles. People get really scared when they hear of acupuncture, right? They see the pictures of the people with the needles in them and everything. It's like a big fear for it's common. It's a common fear. Big shout out to Shane McInnes. Whoa! All right. We got the big dogs in here now. We got the celebrity streamers in here. I'm calling you the celebrity streamer, man. All right. Big shout out to Shane McInnes. Oops, I didn't do the right thing. I'm trying to give the new shout out because there's 2 shout outs you can give. Shane is awesome. All right. Definitely check him out. Drop him a follow. He does amazing history lessons on Twitch. And he also does other stuff too. He also does some other stuff with like models and stuff like that. He's just like a really good dude. He hangs out in Aristotle's chat all the time. He hangs out with Noger. He's a philosopher at heart, but he's trapped in the body of a history guy. but actually no, he brings the history to the philosophy. But yeah, check him out. He's just an awesome guy, and he's very genuine and authentic. But he's a big dog. See, I'm this little dog here, and he's coming by. He's bringing the big dogs are in. But yeah, so it's good to see it, man. How are you doing tonight, Shane? What's going on with you? By the way, what is the next history lesson you're giving on Twitch? I forgot what everyone decided on. That's the other cool thing. People vote on like what history lesson they're going to learn. I was really pushing for the Muslim invasion of Sicily. That's what I was pushing for, but we didn't get enough support. I think I was tied for second. I don't know what everyone ended up choosing, but I know I remember I didn't win. All right, let's see. Shane, you say, with your dozens and dozens of viewers. Dude, to me, that's like a big dog. I had one stream where for one moment I had 81 viewers. It was like an amazing moment. There was one moment I had 81 viewers. And like for a second I was like, oh my God, like I feel like someone, important out here, right? But Shane's like, no, I only got like 70 viewers today. He's like, I only got like, 60 viewers today. Whatever, right? It's like but I did have that one moment. Let's see, Shane, you said tomorrow night we're collapsing the golden age of the Abbasid Caliphate. I don't even know what the hell that is. I have no idea what that is. That sounds pretty cool. Shane, you're like, dude, you're like 20-ish. I don't know, man. I see more than 20-ish in your stream sometimes, man. I see way more than 20 sometimes, dude. You're a big dog, dude. You're a big dog. Discernment, you were saying, time moves really slow and fast. You forget what's happening and what you did. Sometimes you see interesting things. Yeah, discernment, you were seeing me as a dragon. Shane, I don't know if you know this. Discernment likes to eat lots of edibles, THC edibles, and watch my stream. And he says I like turn into a dragon sometimes. It's pretty intense, but he said, he likes it. He likes to do it that way. And Shane, you were saying, what kind of sap would give away free education? Right? Exactly, right? I don't know what my problem is. I'm sitting here, I'm teaching chess lessons for free. I'm teaching guided meditation. By the way, I'm going to officially be a yoga instructor now. How crazy is that? This is big news. So the company I work for actually they have an after school yoga program for kids as well. So, and they need a substitute. So, and one of the ladies that runs the company is like, hey, I know you're big into yoga. You want to teach a class. So I'm going to teach a bunch of young kids some yoga. It's going to be pretty neat. This is going to happen in June. I got to step up my game, right? If I'm going to be teaching, I'm used to just doing it. I always feel like teaching is going to be distracting, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll see how that goes. Shane, you say Abbasid Caliphate. Okay, all right, cool. Well, I'm looking forward to that. You said that's tomorrow night. Well, I'll definitely try to stop in. By the way, everyone should stop in and check it out. Shane, what time is that going to be? What time do you stream on Thursdays? Anyway. And JT, you say, awesome. Yeah, I know, right? It's like I'm teaching all sorts of stuff. You know, I do philosophy streams where I teach philosophy. So I might as well teach yoga too. I might as well teach everything that I know, right? I should do a heavy metal stream, right? Teach metal. I should teach metal and explore the different genres of metal with people. That might be cool. I don't know. Maybe people will be into that. Some people that come to this stream are into metal. 1900 CST. All right, cool. I'll definitely try to stop in. I teach a chess class a little bit before that. But then I should. Well, it depends. I might be going out to meet some dudes at some pizza place actually after that. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. JT say awesome. Yeah, I know. I'm excited. I'm excited about teaching yoga. Right. I mean, yoga at its foundation. I think yoga actually means breath. That's what they say in the class at least. You know, yoga means breath. So like at its foundation, it's about breath work. And what do I teach in guided meditation? So most of it is focusing on our breath. Right. So it's going to be pretty cool. History of metal music. That would be a cool stream. That would be a cool stream, right? Metal's an interesting genre. And the interesting thing about metal is the vast majority of metal bands come out of like Norway and like the Scandinavian regions of up there. You know, like it's so interesting. I always find it fascinating how metal, like those people just love metal. They say like pretty much everyone they know is in at least one metal band. So it's like everyone in the country is in at least one metal band, and like a lot of them are in like 3 or 4. So it's kind of neat. Norway they just keep pumping out consistently some of the best metal bands of all time. It's amazing what goes on in that country. Like I need to take a trip to Norway. Have any of you ever been to Norway? I think that would be a cool place to go to. Let's see. Earthy Mom, you say congrats, Agni. You will be good at that. I hope I'm good at it. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea how. I mean, I feel like I'm a pretty good chess. I know I'm a good chess teacher. I feel like I'm at least a decent meditation instructor. As far as yoga, I don't know. I mean, I've been practicing forever. We'll see how well I do. JT, you're asking discernment of what's snowing where he's at. Yeah, I mean, you guys had weird weather. We had beautiful weather today. It was in the 50s in Chicago, which is crazy. But we're gonna get snow on Friday. So you're getting the snow right now, and we're gonna get it on Friday. It's supposed to come down here. It's how it always works. You know, it starts out west and comes east, right? Discernment, you said the crazy adventures of Agni and the cowardly dragon and the handsome knight Chad guy. Is that how you envision yourself as the handsome knight? I don't know. But do you move in an L though? When you're on the chessboard, do you move in the L? That's how I want to think about it. You say, yep, even your Tesla got stuck. See, you Californians don't know how to drive in snow. You don't know how to handle snow. You're like, oh, what is this snow stuff? We don't know how to handle this. We're afraid, right? You guys don't know pizza. You don't know snow, but you do know surfing, so it makes up for it. Shane, you say yoga comes originally from Sanskrit, back hella far, and it's closer to put or bind things together. Huh. Sort of two-in-one concept. Interesting. 2-to-1 concept. Yeah. Yeah, kind of like maybe the dualism collapsing into monism, right? And I could see that, right? Like you have that which is 2, right? Coming back into oneness, right? Into that yogic oneness mentality of being at peace and being at one with all of creation, right? Because that's kind of the point of yoga. And also, to like balance your mental health and your physical health and your emotional mental well-being and your spiritual well-being and all that. Discernment, you say, we know fish tacos, surfing, and cannabis. You do know your cannabis. You do know your cannabis and fish tacos and surfing. And by the way, I will say that. Last time I was in Cali, I was in La Jolla, and I had some amazing fish tacos, and that was pretty good. But yeah, all right, let's do another chess game. Let's do some more chess. Let's jump back in. I want to play. I'm in a chess playing mood right now. Let's do this. All right, there we go. That game was too quick. That was a quick game, but we'll play another. All right, everyone can see this. We're all good. All right. So this is the Sicilian defense marked by c5, right? So we got e4, c5. Then I play Hyper-Accelerated Dragon. Now this is typical, just to bring your knight here first. So this is just all standard stuff. He's going to take with a knight most likely. He could take with the queen, but then I got some tricks for him. If he had taken with the queen, I got some tricks. Everything so far is standard book lines. This is just how it goes, right? Now, he might take. If he does, I recapture this way. And I can even pre-move it. So, okay, he did not take. So, which means I cannot play this yet because of a trick he's got. So, I play this. Now, if he takes, I take. So, we pre-move. Okay, now I can't. I still can't play. Now it's a little dicey. See, when they develop their bishop here, I always have questions about whether I can actually play this. I think I can. Let's go with it. I hope I can. I hope I can play this. Is that a good thing? Okay, so he's lining up the queen and the bishop. The idea is he wants to get his bishop here and trade off his bishop for my very strong dark square bishop. So this dark square bishop is instrumental in my defense. Notice the light squares. I have good light square control, but this is the only thing controlling my dark squares. So I'm going to castle, and he'll probably play this. And now he's going to be able to force a trade of his dark square bishop for my dark square bishop, which actually is going to benefit him. But he's waiting a move. All right. So here's what I do in this situation. I actually take like this, and now hopefully he'll recapture with the bishop, which he probably will, because I think this is the line. And now in this situation, actually, it's going to be a little tougher for him to trade off his dark square bishop for my dark square bishop. I need to work on getting my light square bishop developed. And by the way, let me double check. You can all see this? Yeah, you can all see this. Good. All right. So I got to get my light square bishop developed. Where's a good square for it? This is where it starts getting iffy. So one idea is to play a6 in this position. Another idea is to maneuver the knight back around over here. A6 I kind of like. The only problem with A6 is then you get like knight hops in here, and then you get like weird ideas like the bishop hops in. But it still can be effective. This is kind of an idea, but then I have this weak pawn that I have to contend with later. Let's see. Let's do. What am I going to do here? I'm going to go ahead with this. Now, he might do this. He might hop in here. And it's going to be a little annoying if he does. But I should be able to work around it. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm supposed to play queen a5. Yeah, queen a5 is... I think queen a5 was the idea. Okay, so, by the way, he's going to be attacking on the king side. So the idea is he attacks on the king side, I attack on the queen side. That's the idea with the Sicilian defense. All right. So I think I'm supposed to just play this here. I want to try to stop this pawn. Okay, so yeah, I want to stop that pawn from advancing. Now actually, this is kind of interesting. No, I don't like the idea if I put my bishop here, then he can just play the pawn push. I think we hop in with this idea now. Now he can't get this knight a4 idea in because I'll just take it, right? And let's see. I feel like there's some tactics that are lurking in this position. I have this idea, push forward and try to push him away. Let's go with it. All right. So the whole point of the Sicilian is that I'm going to be attacking. Okay, so he's going in for this, which is kind of odd. Unless there's a tactic that I'm missing. Notice my two pieces honed in on his knight. All right, so ooh, that's a good move. All right, notice he's on my dark square bishop, and if I bring my dark square bishop back, he's going to be on this pawn with check. All right, so I need to take his queen first, and then he's able to take with check. Yeah, that's a good move. All right, so he succeeded in getting rid of my dark square bishop, and I have a pawn weakness right here. So he's gonna be going after this pawn, which is this is gonna be annoying, and yeah, he just played this really well. All right, so let's do this. He's gonna bring his rook over here, most likely double up. I'm gonna have no good way to defend this pawn, and then I'm gonna be down a pawn. This guy knows how to play. This guy is legit. This guy is a legit good player. All he has to do is bring the rook over, and I cannot defend this pawn. Let's see. I can move out my bishop and gain. I can move out my bishop here or like here and start gaining some attacking chances. Or actually, no. Bishop here, I think is probably best. Yeah. He's taking his time all of a sudden. I don't know what the deal is. Like, this is a very natural move, right? But then I just play this, and then he's got to defend this pawn. He can either do it with the bishop or the pawn. He left the game, which doesn't make any sense. He's in a totally winning position. This is weird. I think this guy legitimately does have a connection issue because he's in a completely winning position. People don't usually leave when they're in a winning position. And we'll run through the analysis real quick in just a minute. But yeah, well, it's interesting to check out. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. If this guy does in fact leave, yeah, I mean, I'm going to claim victory in 4 seconds, right? Because he left. He doesn't have the circle there. All right. So let's see. Let's go to the analysis board and check it out. Okay, my guess is that I am down the equivalent of 1.07 centipawns. Let's see. Look how good I am. I'm pretty damn close. Pretty damn close. 2.3. It likes white's position 2.3, 2.5 now, right? 2.3 now. Yeah, so I was pretty damn close. Right? Yeah, white's got a winning position, right? Well, let's see. Look at that. Rook H to D1. The move it's recommending is the exact move that I put the arrow on right here. Rook over, right? So the computer and I think alike, which is good. Yeah, he's going to be able to pick up this pawn. So let's see what happens. If he had played that, it likes my bishop b7 idea. Look at that. It's a top move. It's a top move on there, right? So bishop b7, and then he's going to take, right? And then we have rook takes d6, right? And then we have rook takes d6, and then I win this pawn. And then, yeah, basically he's in a totally winning position, right? Because he's going to win this pawn. Notice how he's got 5 pawns and I have 6. And that's the thing. In high-level chess, just being up 1 pawn when you get into an endgame is huge. It can make all the difference, right? So anyways, that's how chess is played. Yeah, it's interesting. All right, anyway, let's go back to chat. JT, you say... Or no, Shane, you say you love Indian philosophy, religion. Yeah, so do I. I mean, one of my best friends growing up was Indian. He spoke Hindi. He spoke fluent Hindi. So it was always cool hanging out with him. And you know, and Agni obviously is a Hindi word. It means fire, right? It's a Hindi word for fire. You know, so like, you know, but I go by Agni because I'm Chicago style, right? Discernment, you say Agni needs a voice chat redemption. That would be fun. Yeah, right. During my meditations, you're gonna play that. I could do it. Like some guys do it for like $5. You spend $5 and you get a voice chat. Maybe I'll do that. And I could turn it off for the meditations. You won't abuse it. Yeah, sure, right. It's $5, man. I watch this guy Artosis stream StarCraft, and people just say obnoxious stuff on there all day, and it kind of ruins the stream a little bit, but it kind of makes it fun. Let's see, JT, you say your niece just got a job dispenser here. You're gonna get the good stuff. Yeah, if she's working in the dispensary. Earthy Mama, yes, gotta get those good topicals. All right. Anyways, I missed a bunch of stuff in chat. You guys are all doing good. Let's see. JT say, wow, yeah, you're gonna have to check that out. Try anything at this point. Yeah, you're in pain. I mean, you got to get out of the pain, right? Specific lotions or gels and such can give you relief through your hands. Just ask them how it's made in case you have sensitive skin, though. Perfect. I like that you guys are helping each other out. This is such a good energy. We always have good energy in this chat. We have great crew in here. All right, excellent. Do some research on it. All right, let's do another game of chess because I felt I'm a little bit upset that I didn't play better that game. Oh, I want to check out one thing. If that Queen A5 move, like where did I go wrong? I want to see where I went wrong because I know this is all standard. This is all fine, right? So it actually wants a knight f6 move now. See, my move of playing d6 was the second best move. That's the problem. But here's what I'm concerned about. Okay, I play knight f6, then we have take, Now what about this push? Where the fuck does my knight go? My knight hops over here. Hold on. Take. Yeah, this sucks. Hold on a second. Did I miss something? What did I miss here? Something got a little weird here. All right, so the computer wants knight f6. It says 0.1, right? But then yeah, my concern is always what about take? All right, then you recapture. Computer says it's even now. Then we get the push. All right. And now Yeah, see, this is the move I hate. I hate playing this move. The computer doesn't want knight over here. The computer wants knight back here. And I always feel like I'm moving in reverse in this situation. This just doesn't seem... I mean, the computer likes it. If the computer likes it, if Stockfish 14 likes it, obviously this is good, but I'm like ready to castle. Now like my knight's just... This is called under promotion, going backwards with your piece to its original square. It's like, it feels stupid. You move out your knight and you move it back, right? But apparently this is actually good. I've seen people play this before and I'm always like, oh, that looks really dumb, but I mean, they're good players. Why are they playing this? But so this is it. So then let's see. Then we have f4. And then we reroute the knight to h6. The idea is now we're gonna hop in here and gain some control. All right, so that's the idea behind it. But what happens if they play something like this? Because now the knight has no squares. It can't go here because of the queen. It can't go here. Can you guys all see this or not? No, you can't see any of this. Oh, all right. Well, whatever. That's just how it goes sometimes. All here, there. All right. So basically, what I was saying is here. Let me talk about the knight thing real quick. This is the idea that I don't like, right? So I'm always concerned about hopping my knight in here because of this idea. Take, push. Because I was always like, where's my knight going to go, right? Where's he going to go? You know, where's he going to hop into next, right? But the computer actually says this is best to under promote it, right? Let's see. Yeah, everyone can see it this time. All right, great. And then the computer actually says we got this kind of idea, and then reroute the knight to h6. I guess that makes sense. But and my concern is this. And now the computer just wants f6. All right. Huh. What if we have this kind of idea, though? Then my knight just... No, then hold on. I take, and now my knight hops in here. All right. Okay, so I guess sometimes you got to go backwards before you got to go forwards. That's the key to this lesson, right? So sometimes in life... Look, this knight, he's going backwards. And then he's going to, after f4, he's going to go forwards. Okay, cool. That's fair enough. All right. Let's see. Shane, yeah, we're on Facecam. I know, right? I know. That was definitely not my best. That was definitely not my best moment. Usually I'm a little bit better than that. Discernment, you say, want to see your Tesla stuck in the snow? I would love to see your Tesla stuck in the snow, man. That's pretty badass, dude. You know, like all that electricity and you can't even get out of the snow. Like, what's going on with that? All right. Let's see. I'm really feeling chess. I got to do one more game. I'm sorry, friends. We got to do one more game of chess. I know Shane's digging chess. Shane actually cares about the game. He cares about learning about chess. Shane, I'm gonna make this instructive. I'll make this an instructive one for you, and we're gonna play another game of chess. All right, let's do this. Bam. Shane's the big dog. We got the big dog in here, so we got to play some chess. All right, Sicilian defense again. Maybe that's why I wanted Shane. Maybe that's why I wanted you to talk about the invasion of Sicily, right? Because I play the Sicilian defense. All right. I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense, but all right. I mean, now I'm paranoid. I got to double check to make sure you all can see the screen. All right. You know, it happens one time, and now all of a sudden I got the paranoia setting in. All right, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna fucking play it. Here we go. I'm playing the move that Stockfish 14 just taught me. If we have takes, all right, we don't have takes. But what if I castle here now? Now if he takes and then pushes, like I'm a little. Then I think I just hop back here. All right, or we'll see. We'll see how this ends up working out. What if I push out here? I don't think that works. Because once he takes, he's going to have 1, 2, 3 attackers on my pawn. I'm only going to have 2 defenders. Wait, and I'll have to recapture. No, this pawn will count as a defender. All right. They say this is the break you want to get in. That's what everyone says. Everyone says you want to get in the D5 break. So let's see what happens. By the way, this is not how you want to play chess. You don't want to just make a move and see what happens. All right, so he did take, right? So I take. I'm going to have an isolated pawn in the center. All right, so he's playing this line. All right, so now the idea is I got to find a new square for this knight, and that's what I said would happen. So a new home for this knight. So basically the idea is these are the 2 squares I'm looking at, because none of these are good. So I come here, he probably plays f4, and then my knight's kind of weird, but what if I come down back here with the idea of rerouting over here? Where does this knight go? Let's just hop in over here. After the game, we'll have to do some analysis and see which one of these squares was better. All right, yeah, he did play f4 like I thought. All right, now we hop in over here. So he's going to try to push forward and attack, attack on the king side. I need to get something going over here. I'm looking at knight over here and trying to go after his dark square bishop and this pawn, right? That's a fork. In chess, a fork is a situation where you move one piece and you attack two or more pieces, or move one piece and create two or more threats. That's why they call it a fork. Y'all see that? Okay, so he's coming down here, which is very logical move. Now, I don't like the fact that his bishop's in line with my rook, right? Because that prevents me from getting this push in. So I could just swing my rook over, or I could do something a little more active. Let's see. I have this idea, right? Forking the pawn and the bishop, but he has this nice resource of bringing his bishop back, maintaining control of the diagonal, so I don't want to do that. All right, let's see. Let's get this, this is actually kind of difficult. This is actually a little bit difficult. I want to get this pawn rolling a little bit. Yeah, let's get this pawn rolling. I want to try to push forward and break at this. Okay, I'm actually happy that he did that. That actually makes me happy. Now if I want, I can trade light square bishops. And notice these pawns are on light squares, meaning his light square bishop is better than mine, because mine can only defend these pawns. His can attack my pawn. So I'm actually okay with trading light square bishops now. All right, let's go with it. We're going to run with it. Got to be okay with trading pieces in chess. It's important. Important lesson. So he takes, I take. My rook's a little off sides right here. My rook's a little out of place. So okay, he's got two pieces. He's got two pieces on the knight. But here's the cool thing: when I got rid of his light square bishop, I can now hop my knight in here, and it can hopefully it'll be a pass. But wait a minute. Let's see. I hop in. If he challenges it, is it going to get trapped? You always got to make sure your pieces don't get trapped in chess. And this is kind of weird that my bishop's in line with the queen. Like I feel like I can take advantage of this somehow. I think this is a mistake. And the computer will tell me later, but I think this is a mistake. Yeah, this is not where you want your queen. I'm hitting the bishop. If he moves the bishop, I have forking ideas coming up. They're lurking in the position. And then also, this pawn can never move because it's pinned, right? I'll take the queen. I think he went wrong. Oops, went wrong by playing this queen move, this queen D4 move. I think that's totally wrong. We're gonna see what the computer says about it. But okay, so I'm just gonna take. I have now gotten rid of a very strong piece of his. I'll take that. Okay. And now we'll just, queen over. The problem is he's got this knight move and I can't take because of this pawn's pinned to my queen. So let's see. Oh, all right. We're going to keep it real simple. We're going to trade queens. I'm forcing a queen trade. Notice how the queen cannot come over here and take the pawn because it's pinned to the king. So he's going to take my queen. I'm going to take, and then I'm going to be on his pawn, and he's going to have to spend a tempo. He's going to have to spend time doing something with this pawn. See? So like I gained a little bit of time there, which is huge in chess. Time is a central component of the game. All right, let's. I want to try to break all this open now, such that I'll be on his knight. So let's do this. I'm looking to break all this open. All right, now I push. Now notice I'm on. My bishop comes alive. Look at my dark square bishop. All right. So my plan 1, dark square bishop is alive. All right, we're making progress. His knight's down, tied down to defense of this. I have this checking idea with the bishop eventually. I need to find a pawn break, they call it in chess. So I need to find a way. Ooh, I can win this pawn. Almost. Yes. Almost. Damn it. All right, I need to do this first. Is that good commentary? I can win this pawn. And then my idea is to play this, opening up an attack here on his pawn, a horizontal attack. All right, so now he's doing this. So now this is kind of interesting, right? All I have to do is, if I play this, okay, make sure there's no forks. So I play this. I'm attacking the knight. The knight's got to, I'm removing the defender of the pawn, but where does the knight hop into? It might hop over here. And then any forking ideas? I'm not seeing any. His knight will have a great outpost, but I'm gonna be up a pawn at the end of the day. So let's go with it. He's gonna hop his knight over here, and then I'm gonna take the pawn. Because there's no good forking ideas from what I understand about chess. Unless I'm missing something. There's always that. So he's going at me. He's pissed. This dude's pissed, right? He's like, ah. And he won a pawn. Ah. All right. So we have this idea now. And now what does he do? Or maybe I even come over here. What does he do with his knight? He's got to retreat his knight. Where does that knight go? I think he's just pissed and throwing moves at me right now. You'll see this all the time in chess. People get pissed and they throw, oh, that was a good move. That was a good move. Yeah, I can't take so he just won back his pawn, all right? All right, so now I got to take like this. And now, yeah, he's pissed. He's like, what? He's like, what the fuck, right? All right, so he's got this forking idea, right? I got to obviously not allow that to happen, so let's take control of the file. But then my pawn's kind of blocked in. There's other issues too, though. There's other issues in this position. I could just bring my king over, but then he's going to bring his rook over and have two attackers. Oops, on this pawn right here. Let's throw this check in first. It's a useful move. I can't let him get the fork. It looks like he's gonna have some pressure here. I mean, I guess I have to play this. It's not a fun move to make, but it's not the end of the world. I have the open file. All right. So he does that. So I just come back. Now I can get my king over and start trying to deal with all this. If he pushes, he's going to be able to lock things down. We're even material, but he's killing me on the clock. All right, so I need to make some quicker moves here, by the way. Let's get this king over. Okay, I'm about ready to infiltrate his territory. My rook's in great position. I'm looking at getting this push in, by the way. Now's an interesting moment. I'm going to take some space. This rook's alive. It's a very alive piece. But I'd rather have it on this file, obviously. All right, so he's looking at coming at me now. All right, he's going for that open file. The question is, I don't push yet. Let's get a second attacker over here on this pawn. I got to stop talking so much, by the way, because I'm running low on time, just so you're aware. I got to stop talking. He'll probably push it. Then I can be on this pawn. Well, actually, then I just get my bishop right here. Ooh, if he pushes, I'm going to have a major outpost for my bishop. That would be kind of cool. Okay, so he does not want to push. So let's just do, let's take, and then we'll take. Now, if he takes with the knight, I have this. Does this do anything? No, because he's got the check right here. Well, it sort of does, because I'm going to be on... Yeah, it kind of does something. If he gives me the check, I'm still on the knight and the rook now. He could come here and attack me, but then I have this check, and I win the knight. I think this guy's in trouble, to be honest. Or maybe I'm the one in trouble. Oh, okay. All right. I'm the one in trouble here. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that's a good move, man. That's a really good find. All right, so I got to play this now, which is not great to play, but... Oh, he's got the fork now. Well, he doesn't have it quite yet, because then I'll take the rook. So we're gonna trade off. I got to stop talking so much. Notice he has this outside passer, too. So take. Oh, sneaky. All right. He's going to get a promotion. So if I take the knight, he pushes, and he's going to promote. So I got to go for promotion. Yeah, and shoot. He didn't play that right, by the way. He had something better. He's got no more good checks. So I might be able to get a draw out of this. We'll see. I'm looking to get a draw. Because I have no time. I think I can get a draw out of this, maybe. Maybe a win now. Uh-oh. What's he going to do? I got a fork. We got the fork. He's got no good checks. This one hits with check. Uh-oh. That's the killer move. Look at that. That's a powerful move. They call me Agni for a reason. All right, I got to be real quick now. Super quick. I got to be super quick. 38 seconds. Let's see if I can do this. 38 seconds. He's got ideas of getting like this killer fork, winning my queen, but I'll take the pawn if that's the case. All right, so let's get the king out of here. I gotta be quicker. He can't move his knight anywhere. Every single square I'm covering. Got him! Woo! Yes! 27 seconds. We got him. All right. That is a badass comeback. That was successful. That was super successful. That was a spectacular game. Like, that's not the kind of stuff that happens every day. Let me tell you, that was really, really cool. All right, I want to show you some of the coolest things about what happened at the end of that game, because that was really, there's some really interesting things we can learn from that. All right, let's go back. Shane. Shane's even moist here. Wow, this is getting intense here. And Christine, being exciting. Yeah, that was a good one. JT, yeah, I know. That was super, super exciting. All right, I'm going to teach you some cool things about this end game, because there were some amazing things that happened in this end game. All right, first of all, let's go to the analysis board. Okay, let me make sure everyone can see it. Everyone can see this, all right? Let's go back. He was definitely winning. He did something really, really smart. All right, so check this out. So I had this beautiful fork in, right? I was thinking I was going to be real slick, right? But he's got this nice defensive resource. Notice how it looks like my bishop is going to be able to win one of these two pieces, right? It looks like I'm going to be able to win one of those two pieces. So when you're in trouble, you want to do what's called damage control. Sometimes you can get out. So one way to get out is by doing a forcing move. So he moves his rook down here, as you can see, with check, right? So now he's checking my king. So I'm actually only attacking one of his pieces. So I tried to maintain the pressure by moving my king up, right? So now I'm still attacking two pieces, right? He's got two undefended pieces. So then here, he does another real smart thing. He attacks my bishop, which my rook is currently defending, but it's pinned now. My bishop is pinned to the rook, right? Such that if I take his knight, he wins my rook. And rooks are more valuable than knights. Rooks are 5 points, and bishops and knights are 3 points. So I wouldn't want to take his knight. So now this was super smart, clever defensive resource from him, right? So I have to come back here such that if he takes my rook, I'll be able to take his rook, right? So rook trade, right? And that's what we have. Now, he pushes this pawn. Notice my only piece that I have left other than pawns and king is a dark square bishop. But notice this pawn is pretty close to promoting. You get down at the end, you get a queen, right? So he realized that if I didn't play this correctly, he was going to be able to get this down here and promote. I fell for a little bit of a trap here. I was low on time, and I had a minute 15. I played this. My idea was, look, I'm attacking the knight. If the knight moves somewhere, I'll be able to hopefully grab this pawn. But now he's smart, and he saw that and just pushed. If I had blundered and taken this knight, and we can even look at it up here, in the engine, I would have lost. I would have been down 5.2, right? So because he would have just pushed. He would have just been able to push his pawn through, right? So instead, I had this option of coming here, but I wanted to get my pawn pushing, right? So I started pushing my pawn, which was actually a little bit of a mistake, but in blitz chess, you never know, right? What he needed to do is bring his knight over to defend. He needed to defend the queening square, right? He thought he was just going to get his pawn through and going to win the game, right? So, but instead, we have this, and then I promote. All right, now, here's what here he had a lot of options. He could have started throwing checks at me, which he actually did, but I noticed that if I could get my king here, this would be a pretty safe square, as long as he couldn't get here. Because if I can get here, he can't check me very easily. This F8 is the only square he can check me with, right? So we're running around. Notice also that my queen is protecting my bishop. That's a very key point. You want your pieces all protected in an endgame time scramble like this, right? So I'm pushed, so he checks me. Okay, notice now he's out of checks. He has no checks right here. The computer says this is dead even, right? And this is a dead even position. We each have 3 pawns, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we each have a queen, and we each have a minor piece that's 3 points, right? This is dead even, right? All right, so he comes in over here, and that's the losing move, right? And I play the best move that you can play, right? Queen right here, and look at that. The computer already says I have an 8.5 semi pawn advantage. King's in check. King runs, and now I come here. I was just looking for a draw, remember? I was thinking I'll get a draw, right? So he comes back. I come back, right? He comes here. And now I was able to find the key move, the fork, right? Notice how the bishop is attacking the knight and the queen. I have 2 pieces attacking the knight, and he only has 1 defender. And my bishop's attacking his queen. What's he going to do? If he moves the queen somewhere, I'm going to take with check. And then I'm going to be, let's say he moves here, I'm going to be, right on checkmate, right? Maybe here, and then we have checkmate, all right? So like he can't do anything like that. If basically he's got no good options here. He just takes, right? And now, but here's what he's got now. I have 38 seconds left, right? I have 38 seconds in this position. This is not easy to win in 38 seconds because he's got what's called a tricky knight. Knights at the end of the game when you're in a time scramble are super powerful because they're tricky. They can hop over and all over and do forks. Like for instance, let's say I was not being careful, right? Let's say I was not being careful and like he did something like this, right? And I was like, oh, I'll just take this pawn, right? Look what happens now. Forking my king and my queen, right? I have to move my king, and then he wins the queen, wins the game. Game over, right? He's got a knight and all this, and I have like hardly any time left, right? Knight and 2 pawns, and I have 2 pawns and hardly any time left. So basically, I had to be careful here because he's got the tricky knight, right? So instead, I got my king to safety. So immediately I was like, all right, I don't want his knight being able to give me any crazy checks. I got my king to safety. He hops his knight in. I throw a punch at his knight. He backs up his knight, right? Now I need to break things open. So I do this, and sure, I lose a pawn, but I'm breaking things open. Check. And now the key move. The key move is the one I play. The computer says this is the best move. King to g6. Notice, look at his knight. If his knight goes here, I take it. If his knight goes here, I take with either the pawn or the queen. If his knight goes here, I take it. If his knight goes here, I take it. If his knight goes here, I take it. He's got no squares, and he can't go here because his king's chilling right there. He's got no squares to move his knight to, which is crazy, right? That's crazy. His knight is completely boxed out, right? Also, let's say he pushes the pawn right here. I take with the queen. My pawn's protecting the queen, so he can't take it with check, right? And then he has to move his king again, and then I take the pawn, and I have the fork of the king and the knight. He's got to move his king, and then I win the knight, and then I use and then I just easily checkmate him. Queen to support the advance of this pawn and turn into another queen and checkmate him, or just casually move my king up and then checkmate him with a queen and king against a lone king, right? Pretty straightforward right there. All right. Also, what else can he do? If he moves his king here, guess what I got? Checkmate. Bam. Right? You can even see that. Look at this. Game over. Checkmate, right? So he cannot move his king here or here because he's moving into check. He can't move his king here because he's moving into check. If he moves his king here, I have checkmate. If he moves his knight, any square on the board, I take it. And if he moves, the only other piece he can move is this pawn. If he moves this pawn, it's going to lead that awesome variation I said earlier. Check, right? Now it doesn't matter what he does, and now I'm completely winning, and I would just basically push up like this, right? Push up, get, slowly advance, get this turned into a queen, and checkmate his king. So he actually, this is so crazy. This is a really crazy thing right here. He literally had no good moves. It was a position called Zugzwang, a situation where any move you make is going to lose you the game. It's going to lose you the game. Every single piece that he can possibly move leads to disaster. All right. That was super informative. That was super instructive. I'm glad you all got to see that and check that out. That was not something that is seen very often. All right. There we go. But yeah, that's chess. Yeah, Shane, that is cool, man. That's like one of the coolest positions I've ever actually had when I'm streaming live. So I'm pretty cool that you all got to see that. Especially someone that cares about chess like you, man. The history of chess, right? There's a lot of history that goes into chess, right? I mean, think about it. King and a queen, right? Knights, bishops, rooks. I mean, this is a history game. It's at the end of the day, right? You know what? I'm giving a history lesson. I'm the one giving a history lesson when I teach chess. I'm giving the history of chess. In a very loose, it's a very broad construal and very, very loose. But I'm okay with being with broad construals these days. When I was in an analytic philosophy program, you can't do the broad construals. You got to be very unambiguous and clear and precise, right? I still have that in me, but every now and then I get a little loose with my language. All right, where else are we at here? Discernment, you say, okay, hold up. You're playing Atomic Heart Killing Robots while high. I don't know, man. I don't know what Atomic Heart Killing Robots are, but it sounds fun. All right, everyone was looking at my face earlier when we had that stuff going. I think it's time for meditation, right? I've been talking forever. I'm gonna fill up my water. I'll be right back. Let's get some good tunes on while I'm filling up my water, and we'll go from there. My buddy actually made this mix. I think it's a really cool mix. This is a meditative mix that he made from some of his favorite artists, and we'll have it on while I'm going to fill this up. I'll be right back. All right. We are back. Now's the time when we shift gears, calm down the intensity, and go within to a place of pure love and oneness that exists within us all. Find a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the floor in lotus pose. You can sit cross-legged. Or you can sit in a chair. The main thing is to find a position that is comfortable for you. I have a Buddhist chant that I play that has a chime that rings every 2 seconds. And you can use it to help regulate your breath count. So take a few more slow and deep breaths on your own while maintaining good posture. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. Exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in through your nose, slowly raising your abdomen. Breathe out through your mouth, slowly lowering your abdomen. Focus on your breath. Inhale, raising your belly. Exhale, lowering your belly. Breathe in, raising your abdomen. Breathe out, lowering your abdomen. Keep your attention on your breath count. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Keep your attention on your breathing. Visualize yourself sitting on the tallest mountain peak. Watching the clouds float through the sky beneath you. Two clouds float together and merge into one. And one cloud stretches apart, dividing into two. These clouds float through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. These clouds are like your thoughts. Thoughts come into being and exist for a while in conscious awareness before disappearing from your mind. That is the nature of human thought. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Stay true to your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon, and return your awareness to your breath count. Your essence is love. Your love is manifested as light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. Awakening the memory of their own internal light within them. And they will shine their light on all whom they encounter. Helping them remember their own true identities. until all of humanity remembers who they are once again. And we reunite into oneness as one whole. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which obscures your third eye vision. Keep your attention on your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds moving through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. And return your awareness to your breathing. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of conscious awareness. Go to the region of your heart chakra. Feel the love emanating from this location. which surrounds your love. Experience the perfect peace residing here. And the joy which accompanies it. Experience the perfect monism residing here. In this state of perfect grace, exist here for a moment, noticing any sensations you may feel. For in this place, you are eternal. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which hinders your evolution. Stay true to your breathing. Slow down your breathing. Slow down your breath. Slow down your breathing. Slow down your breath. your next breath, visualize yourself moving below consciousness. Travel all the way down to your center point. The place inside you where your essence flows the strongest. The place inside you where you are one with the divine. Separation and division cannot enter here. For that which is eternally one knows nothing of these things. Boundaries and divisions are barred from entrance. For only oneness can exist in this space. Fear of any kind cannot enter this location. For here you are maximally filled with love. You are one with the divine, and you remember this in this place. Focus on your center point. Keep your attention on this glowing, radiant essence within you. And when you're ready, travel through. I'll see you on the other side. Here, at your center point, you recall your divine purpose. to spread love and light to all of those whom you encounter. Here, at your center point, you recall your true identity. And you remember how you came into being. You are eternal love, and you flow forever from the source of all creation. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all stress and tension from your body. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all fear and worry from your mind. Gently open your eyes and return to the present moment, bringing with you the peace from this meditation throughout the remainder of your day. Namaste. Oh, 1 second. There we go. Thank you so much for sharing this sacred space with me. I am honored and humbled to be here with you as your meditation guide. I hope you each got something out of this meditation. I hope you feel more peaceful and relaxed, more centered and grounded. And I hope you feel more loving and kind than you did prior to the meditation. And most importantly, I hope you're able to take the peace and love of this meditation with you out into the external world and share it with everyone. For that's the point of these meditations, to remember your own eternal love and peace such that you can share it and help others remember their own internal love and peace that exists within them. Namaste. All right, how was that for everyone? I definitely feel wonderful that you were all you're something. That energy was wonderful tonight. That was a 30-minute meditation, which is great. Half an hour. Nice even number. I like that. JT, excellent. Buzzing perfection. Wonderful. Wonderful, JT. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I was pretty worked up prior to the meditation. Maybe it was all that chess that I played, but I was definitely worked up. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. We have a Giant Sequoia. I like the name too, Giant Sequoia. That's cool. I'm a big fan of trees. They're so grounding and centering. So I appreciate it. The great meditation. Well, I appreciate you, and I appreciate the feedback. Thank you. Yeah, my name is Agni James, and I stream guided meditations primarily here on Twitch. I'm also a chess instructor, IRL, so I do chess lessons and I play games on here, and I also have a master's in philosophy, so we do philosophy streams. I particularly like to talk about philosophy of mind, philosophy of science, and metaphysics. Those are the three areas that I really enjoy. So yeah, welcome in. We have a good community of people that hang out here. It's very, very positive. And JT is the channel shaman. She's also an incredible fire poet. So it's always good hanging out here. Okay. We also do other stuff too. We do readings from the Tao Te Ching and chakra balancing. In fact, we are going to do a reading from one verse of the Tao right now. So let's do that, and then we'll see where we're at. All right. So this is Lao Tzu's masterpiece, if you're not familiar with it. It was written a couple thousand years ago, a little less maybe, but we've been reading one verse. There's 81 verses, and we've been going through and reading one verse per stream. We're on verse 36, and yeah, they've been pretty profound. We've discussed them a little bit, and it's always great to read some wisdom from some of the wisest people that have ever existed, such as Lao Tzu. Verse 36. To know, yet to think that one does not know, is the best. Not to know, yet to think that one knows, will put one in difficulty. That the sage meets with no difficulty is because he is alive to difficulty. That is why he meets with no difficulty. Interesting. That's an interesting one. The first part I totally get because I'm a philosopher, and it reminds me of Socrates. The whole deal with Socrates is when he went to the Oracle of Delphi. He went to the Oracle of Delphi because his friend said he had gone there and talked to her, and he had asked who's the wisest person in Athens, and the Oracle had responded that Socrates was, and Socrates was astounded at this when he heard this because he didn't consider himself wise. He actually felt that he knew very little. So he went to the Oracle and asked, how could you say I'm the wisest person, but I don't know anything? And the Oracle said something along the lines of, well, you are the wisest person because you know you don't know anything, right? Other people thought they knew things and didn't, and he knew. He had that wisdom that he didn't have any superior understanding of existence, right? And that's why he was wiser than other people. So yes, the first part, to know yet to think that one does not know, is the best, right? Not to know yet to think one knows will put one in difficulty. Yeah, if you have a big ego and you think you know everything, I mean, you're going to get in trouble, right? You're going to piss people off. You're going to upset a lot of people in the world. You're going to come across as an egotistical person, and that's not a good way to present yourself, right? The next part's a little more tricky. That the sage meets with no difficulty is because he is alive to difficulty. So he is alive to difficulty. Maybe that means he's open to difficulty. It's a tough one to get. Or maybe he lives in that space of difficulty. I think that's probably more reasonable. And then it says that is why he meets with no difficulty. Yeah, if you're living in that place, in that space of difficulty, then you're going to meet with no difficulty. That kind of reminds me of one of my life philosophies, and that's to go into the discomfort. Most people shy away; they run away. The first sign of trouble, they run away from it. Whether it's pain or discomfort or or anything. They just run away. But I've learned that in life, it's important to go into those areas, to explore those areas, whether they're within you, areas of difficulty within you, or areas of pain within it yourself, areas of discomfort. But it's more, you derive more benefit if you go into those areas as opposed to shying away and running away from them. So that's what I found in life, at least. And hey, look at that. Look at this. Victorsaur right on cue. Maybe the two difficulties mean slightly different things. And that's also the thing. Victorsaur is someone who would agree with my previous statement about going into the difficulties, by the way. Going into the pain, going into the suffering, exploring it, right? And not running away. Victorsaur is someone that right on cue. It's perfect, man. You're out of everyone in chat, you're probably the one who definitely would agree with that the most. Mental toughness, right? You gain a lot if you're running away from every little thing that pops up in life that's tough. You're not gonna get very far, right? Your whole life is gonna be very limited, and you're gonna be very constrained by all the different X, Y's, and Z's that come your way and that you try to avoid, right? But if you challenge yourself and you go into the pain and into those places of discomfort, and overcome them, you're gonna have a real strong sense of satisfaction. You're gonna be more self-confident. You're gonna feel good about yourself, and you're gonna learn more, right? Than as opposed to just running away at the first sign of trouble. So that's kind of cool. I love how you popped in right at that moment. All right. Well, cool. Victorsaur, by the way, how you doing, man? Victorsaur has done some streaming on Twitch. I'll give you a shout out. I know you haven't streamed recently. At least I haven't seen you streaming. But Victorsaur is a fellow chess player. He's a really good chess player, and he does a lot. He's really good at 4-person chess, actually, which is something that I have almost no understanding of. And then he also got me turned on to chess puzzles on chess.com. I got my puzzle rating back up to 2,700-ish. I'm still looking for that 3,000 mark. I got over 2,800. I was like 2,816. Then I dropped way down, and now I'm right around 2,700. So I'm still fighting. I fight every chance I get. I'm gonna try to reach that 3,000 mark, and I think I can get it. I just need to not implode. Right? There are times where I get a little frustrated, when at certain puzzles, and I just all of a sudden I'll just start rushing the puzzles, and I'll start doing them real quick and drop a lot of rating points. But if I can just be patient and play my game and not allow frustration to set in, I can get it. So it's pretty cool. It's been a lot of fun. Let's see, Victor. So you say I've been working a bunch. Might get back into streaming soon. We'll see. That's awesome. If you do, you do. If not, it's always nice that you popped into chat and are saying hello. Your presence is always appreciated. You always have something good to say. You always come in and make a positive impact. So it's always a pleasure. Okay. We're not going to do any chakra balancing today. I actually have to be up real early tomorrow morning, so we are going to wind things down. If you are a subscriber, you can copy and paste this raid sign. And if you are not, just spread some love and kindness whoever's way we raid. Here's the raid sign. So let me get that all situated so everyone can see it. Bam. All right. Let's see who's out there in the Twitch world. Who is out there? Let's see. We got a lot of people out there. Wow. A lot of people are streaming. That's intense. Well, we are going to raid. I'm going to go with my friend Anne Fernal tonight. Yeah, this is an Anne Fernal raid night. Anne she's just pure positivity, super nice human being. Everyone I've introduced to Anne loves her. She's got a master's in sociology, I believe, with an emphasis in urban studies or urban development. And she's from Ecuador. And she is just an awesome human being. She's playing Grand Theft Auto 5 right now, and just having a good time. So we're gonna raid Anne. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. I love you all unconditionally, and just be kind to the people in your lives, and try to make a difference. Try to spread a little love and light. Namaste.